Welcome back, everyone. We're here going to search the facility again because we've kind of got to a dead end, and well, we need to find a way out, and we need to find more AD. Even though we got a bunch of AD in the last episode, we realized that it's not going to be enough if we find those other survivors. It's going to get to the point where we might have to fight each other for AD, and that's pretty scary. June was talking about the 30 AD they just found. But what if someone steals it? How do we know they're not going to take them all? Okay, fair enough. Kazami said that, then gave the rest of the group 2 AD for each member. Ina took a pen and paper lying around in the room and started writing on it. What's she say? Oh, she's leaving them a note. Okay, looks like we got caught up in the same disaster today. I've been looking for you guys this whole time, but we haven't had any luck. If you find this note, I ask you please stay right where you are. What you see is a radiation explosion inhibitor known as AD. It's a drug we use to protect ourselves from radiation. It'll protect you for an hour as long as you inject it into a vein. Keep injecting yourselves with it and wait in this room for me to help to come, okay? Looking forward to seeing you all alive and well. From Miss Ina. Smart thinking. The group nodded and split up the gear they've acquired so far. First, there were the security cards. Utasi held on to the level N card they found a short while ago. Kazami, June, Ina, and Yukata each took a level 6 card. Utasi's team also took 2 of the Procreons, while June's team took the 3rd. The group then left the room. Ina posted the note she'd written on the door. Awesome. We still gotta find Yuri, too. A fight? I wasn't implying that at all, but he said there was a warning for June to keep an eye out to make sure Ina didn't end up in any kind of trouble. Now I was a bit worried about what June had said, but we're keeping Yukata with us as kind of a precautionary measure. Watasi started walking towards Area 4 as he kept those tiny fears in his heart. Security slot for the gate from Area Outer Ring on B2 on Area 4 and 5 had been burned, but when it came to the other way around, the security slot was totally intact. So Watasi's group used that route to get to Area 4. Area 4 Outer Ring B2. The area where Saleu had run off when the flashover had nearly killed Watasi, Kazami, and June, and where they'd found Hayama's body. Oh god, 6,600 MSV, that's not good. If this keeps up, we're not gonna last until the time that the gates come up. Barely. Yeah, let's go. Just because they found a 1080 didn't change the fact they were short on time. We need to be more careful to make sure we don't waste any time from this point onwards. Watasi thought for a moment, then spoke up. 3 minutes. 180 seconds. Let's do this. The team immediately began to search the outer ring, but there weren't that many rooms, so the search probably won't take that long. Watasi ran down the hallway and headed for the elevator hall, for the room where Hayama's body had been put to rest. But as he drew near, Watasi's eyes widened. He could tell something was off. Something's not right. It's like something that should be here isn't. He soon realized what it was. Oh no. The group had put a fire axe that had been Hayama's body in front of the door as a grave marker of sorts, but someone was here.
どうして？誰が斧を持っていったんだ？
The group had been together this whole time, meaning it couldn't have been anyone else but one of the 3 survivors. No way, couldn't Yuri have done it too? Well, that's possible. Now that Yuri had run away, they couldn't say for sure that she couldn't have come here and taken the axe. But what would they want with an axe? Tassi had no idea. Weapon, perhaps? But he had a horrible feeling about all this. My mouth is dry today. The group said that, then resumed the search. But their efforts were as fruitless as they'd predicted. They went to go search B1 next. Area 4, Outer Ring B1. Going up a flight didn't stop the program's alarm, of course. The reading was 4,612 MSP. Yeah, that is pretty, like 2,000.
ですが、ここもいつ汚染されるかわかりません。今のうちに捜索をしてしまいましょう。
Watassi's team grouped up and searched B1. They didn't find any survivors in the outer ring, and the situation in the inner ring was no different. Yuri and the others were nowhere to be seen in the control room. And they also checked Area 5's connecting passageway to be safe. The ceiling had collapsed there, leaving them unable to proceed. No. Watassi was curious about the collapsed ceiling. I think we can, oh, I can't. Damn.
それに、もし地上まで達するような穴があったら、塔に司令長たちが突入してきているはずです。
That's true. Kazami's words made sense.
まあこんなところに都合よく脱出口があるわけないよな。
残念ながら以前にも申し上げましたが、脱出口がありそうな場所はすべて私と森部がすでに調べました。天井、エアダクト、エレベーターシャフト、非常階段、すべてあの交番に囲まれていて隙間もありません。まだ見落としがあるかもしれませんが、とりあえず要救助者等の捜索を優先しましょう。
Yeah, you're right.
だな。じゃあ第3エリアに進むか。
To the next area. That's all we can do. Area 3, Inner Ring B1. Kazami muttered quietly as soon as they entered the place.
ここは
Kazami was looking at the room in front of her. In the room where Dojima and the 2 researchers had died. There's bodies behind that door even now. Whoa. Watassi's body froze when he thought of that ghastly spectacle. But he did his best to hide his fear and spoke up.
ちょっと待っていてくれ。隊長さん、どうするつもりだね。いないとは思うが、一応な。
Just then he thought he saw Kazami's shoulders tremble slightly. He quickly found himself worrying about it.
立花、お前は行かなくていい。あの部屋は俺が確認する。
はい、申し訳ありません。
Watassi walked up to the room in front of him and opened the door. The scene that lay behind those doors was exactly the same as the last time he'd seen it. That doesn't make it any less gruesome, but he could tell from a glance that none of the survivors were there. When he did, he saw Kazami looking at him with fear in her eyes.
ああ、大丈夫だ。要救助者はいなかった。だろうね。あんな部屋にいたら生きている人間もおかしくなりそうだ。
Yeah, who'd want to stick around in there? There was something unsettling about how Yuka had said that, but Watassi ignored it. It's probably gonna bite me in the ass later.
ともかくこの塔に部屋は2つしかない。もう一つの部屋を捜索しよう。
The team then headed for that room. What lay there was a large laboratory. There was a lot of blind spots, meaning it'd be hard to tell right away if anyone happened to be collapsed behind one of them.
ここならひょっとして。
Well, could be someone here. And
物陰に注意しましょう。
what's in that bag?
了解した。
The team then began their search of the room, but there was no hide nor hair of the survivors or any AD. And while I'm at it, Wakasi decided to look for information. Several documents were scattered on the floor deeper in the room. Perhaps their pages held a hint to escaping this facility that Watassi's team didn't know about. Is there anything useful here? Watassi walked over to the documents, started picking them up one by one, then read them. But what they said was... just kind of random stuff here. Okay. Meaningless pieces of information, incomprehensible to Watasi. What's more, they were all fairly old. Guess I shouldn't get my hopes up. Watasi picked up another paper as he thought of this.
NBC 発生時警備マニュアル。
Kazami peeked over his shoulder and spoke up.
隊長、何を見ているんですか？
I don't know, let's read it.
よくわからん。
What's NBC?
NBC ってなんだろう？
I know it's a network, but what else does it mean?
ああ、NBC とはニュークリア、バイオロジカル、ケミカルの頭文字です。
Oh.
例えば NBC 災害といった場合、核、
Oh.
化学物質による災害の総称ですよ。
This could be the document we need. In other words, this manual probably describes security measures to be taken during an accident much like this one. But I thought they valued evacuation more than security in these kinds of situations. Huh. Watasi's thoughts were interrupted by a voice behind him.
二人とも何をやっているのかね？
Hold your... calm your body there. I'm reading. Why is he mad?
ああ、いや、脱出経路のヒントがないかと思ってな。
Does he not want us to know how to leave this place?
そんなことをしている場合ではないだろう。
We always have time for this, man. This is life or death here.
それにこの施設にある書類はどれも古いものだ。9年ほど前に紙媒体の撤廃と総デジタル化が決まってね。
This could still have good information, man.
一応書類は廃棄されずに残ってはいるが、そんな古いものにろくな情報などないさ。防災マニュアルはあれは2030年版と書いてあった。
Yeah. What about that?
防災マニュアルだけは有事の際を想定して最新のものが印刷されて配られているんだよ。
And this isn't an emergency procedure?
だがそれも含め、本来この施設にあるものは全て機密扱いだ。
Yeah, well, screw that. We're trapped down here, so I don't care about your security clearance.
前にも言ったね。秘密を知るべきではない。トラブルの元だと。
Do you want to die down here, man? Well, read the document.
しかし、この非常事態にそんなことを言っていては。
Exactly.
これは単なる脅しや冗談ではない。君らの身のためを思って言ってるんだ。
You could sound like you don't want me to read this. Is there something you're hiding?
国家が運営に絡む研究施設というのを甘く見ない方がいい。
That's great.
外に出てから平穏に生きたいのならばね。
Yukida's eyes had an almost bizarre intensity to them as he spoke. As if to say that this word contained a far more frightening situations than disaster they were trapped in. Watasi was overpowered by the look and found himself replying on instinct.
わかった。すまない。
This is crap. I wanted to read
この
that.
部屋の捜索は切り上げ、先に進もう。
I'm gonna take it with me, read it in secret. Watasi still felt dissatisfied with the situation, but he and the others left the room for the time being. But as soon as they left the room, Watasi smelled something. What's that? The stench of something burning was filling the hallway.
何か焼けてるんじゃないのか？
What? Another fire?
ええ。この匂い。
What about the sprinkler systems? They should be working. The group carefully followed the stench to its origin, and then they arrived at a stairwell, only to find it full of thin smoke. They looked towards the bottom of the stairs and spotted a tiny fire flickering behind the staircase.
ぼやのようですね。
Bonfire?
おっさんは危ないから、ちょっと後ろで待っててくれ。わかった。
I don't trust Yukida. Once he confirmed that Yukida was now outside the stairwell, Watasi descended the staircase with Kazami. They then checked out the small fire.
炎が再燃したのか。
階段の影になっていたせいで、スプリンクラーでは鎮火しきれなかったみたいですね。
Oh. Fire was a fairly small scale, putting it out would probably be a piece of cake. Watasi determined that and immediately started giving
とに
out
かく
orders.
立花、放水ホースを。
はい。
Kazami obeyed Watasi's orders and ran off into B2. But as soon as she left, Watasi noted a fire extinguisher sitting next to the fire. A fire extinguisher? It wasn't odd for there to be a fire extinguisher in a stairwell. Huh, interesting. We're gonna find out next time what this all means. Take it easy, guys.